Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Any punches land here on the belt line will be legal. Anything here will be legal, okay? I don't want you to make this fight about me. Keep it clean, all right? Scoot back.
All right, let's take a look at the 4-1-1 when it comes to the pertinent numbers, the tail of the tape. And you notice melnecki is 6 feet tall. Cruz is only 5'9", and yet Cruz has a 4-inch reach advantage. He'll try to establish the jab and try to keep the power of melnecki at bay. Referee Robert Hoyle will preside over this 154-pound encounter, scheduled for 10 rounds, but in his last fight last December, melnecki stopped Salim Larbi in the first round, dropping him twice and knocking him out cold with a single right hand.
If melnecki could stop Ronald Cruz tonight, he's doing something big, because Ronald Cruz, of course, trains out of my gym every so often. He's a very talented fighter. He's very slick. And if melnecki can take him out, that's going to be a big feather in his cap.
You also trained Vito melnecki, and again, a kid who turned pro at 17. He was still a high school student and actually was given an exemption by New Jersey to become the youngest fighter ever to be licensed in his home state, the Garden State. What stood out for you most when you worked with melnecki?
Well, look, he was young, he hadn't matured yet, but you could see the talent. Just like I saw in Ryan when he was in my gym at 17 with Garcia. But melnecki was going to grow into this sport, grow into the weight division he's at right now. He's on a hot streak right now with knockouts. In the top 10 in the WBA right now, so he's made some great strides.
We welcome one time to Pride, Keith Thurman. For Cruz, his first fight in Las Vegas, second fight in 140 days. He's only 1-2-1 in his last 4 contests, but he got back into the win column in December with a unanimous decision win over Jose Aguirre in his family's homeland of El Salvador. But he's supposed to provide a test. He's supposed to give Vito melnecki a taste of the adversity that's to come in a professional fighting career, right? This is a step up, ostensibly, for Vito.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to do with Vito at this stage. For somebody who's got the experience, somebody who's a little slick. Vito's got a lot of knockouts. He's young. He wants to make a big name. He wants to make big statements. And, it's his job to do that. We can't make it easy for him. We got to challenge him. He's already got one little upset in his career, so he knows that this truly is a challenging sport that no one's going to just hand it to you. But I got to say, I like what I'm seeing from Vito when it comes to the way he was working the jab, and he already started feigning. From what I saw in the past films, I already in round 1 see a little bit of maturity, and I look forward to seeing how this fight unfolds.
So it is melnecki was establishing the jab, and we've seen him go to the body, and of course we know he's got a potent right hand, and you talk about sitting under the learning tree. He's got the respective Ryan Shields in his corner. Cruz is working with a Hall of Famer in Virgil Hill, so plenty of experience when it comes to their respective chief seconds, and there's Cruz doubling up on the jab, trying to pull off with the right hand, and yet it is melnecki who continues to try to establish rhythm, but a good counter. Last right hand from melnecki as we are into the final seconds of this. Hello, how are you? Let's get to know each other. Opening round. So happy to be here at ringside T-Mobile Arena, the home of the biggest Cinco de Mayo party this weekend. And of course, we welcome Keith Thurman and Joe.
I'm making a videotape of it too,
Keith, of course, you've been
so I'm going to post it for you.
The first PBC pay-per-view on Prime, but you suffered an injury. How's your recovery going?
Yes, it was very unfortunate. We were getting ready, but so far, with the recovery, it's actually good. I'm ahead of schedule. My physical therapists are very happy. I'm very happy. I already have full range of motion. They just said, don't flick it out, don't jab yet, and just take it one step at a time.
All right, happy to hear you here for the prelims. Joe, mega main event. The biggest, literally the biggest all-Mexican title fight in history. Canelo puts his undisputed title on the line against the hard-charging Jaime Munguia. What excites you most about that fight?
Well, the fact that both of these guys are winners. Look, Munguia is 43-0. He's never lost a fight in 43 fights, and Canelo, of course, in 65 fights, has won 60 of them. It's an incredible matchup, and there's going to be a lot of fireworks tonight.
Well, we saw melnecki get upset early in his career, as we mentioned, but he's reeled off 9 consecutive victories. He's starting to, well, grow into that man strength. He is now 21, so he's legally an adult in these great United States of America, but against the 32-year-old Cruz. As we begin round two, the jab was key in that opening round.
And you saw right there, melnecki threw a right, and Cruz slipped it and landed a nice left hook to the body. He's a very slick guy, so he's going to really test melnecki here, who landed a nice right uppercut and right hand in the first round.
Nice right uppercut from Vito right there.
Double jab with the high guard employed by Cruz. Took it off his gloves. Nice jab to the body by Cruz. So using some versatility when it comes to the stick.
Yeah, like you said, Joe, Cruz is very slick. I saw him in some of the field before I had to be here, and just that little position, you know, and what he did in the first round, the way that he landed that double jab, the right hand, the left hook, you know, he's very patient. He just wants to sneak in, almost like catching the young man off guard.
Exactly. He's got a lot of veteran tendencies for a guy that has had under 20 fights, basically, or thereabouts.
Cruz continues to target the body with the jab, follows up with the right hand. melnecki fires a jab back as well, looks to split the guard. And of course for melnecki, everything starts with the jab. He's feeling more comfortable, more patient on the inside, not so jittery. He talks about controlling the fight at any time and knows that he's got the potential to hurt someone. And you look at his landed punches, 42% are body shots, 40% for Cruz. That's both of them way above the 29% CompuBox average. So lots of body work we just saw right there. So plenty of investment early in the fight, Keith.
Yes, but, you know, crafty veteran there. He blocked it very well. Moving. So far, I haven't seen that power. You know, I think melnecki knows that there's going to be multiple rounds in this fight. He knows he's in there with a veteran. So he's just tap, 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 and still getting a feel.
Yeah, Vito has not thrown his power yet. I mean, right now he's just trying to see if he can measure that distance and start touching him with that right hand, which he has done a couple times. The other thing is, melnecki, I was on some nice counter by melnecki with the right uppercut. He's holding his ground more than he did when I was training him back in the day. I was showing him how to hold the ground a little bit more, and you can tell he settled in to a pro style much more than he did when he first started. And lastly, Cruz has got 23 fights, not under 20.
Another tactical round for both fighters, and we mentioned the fact that Joe Goosen, well, you worked with Vito melnecki right at the start of his career, and talk about what it was like to welcome a youngster into the pro ranks.
Well, he looks like he was 17 now. Yeah, and look, we talked about it so much. There's Ronnie Shields giving him instruction, but we talked about how he was going to grow into that. And it was good not to feed him too many tough opponents early on. He was only 17, right out of high school. So this is the right time and the right guy, I think, for Vito. Because Cruz is going to test him, that's for sure tonight.
I saw towards the end of the round, Vito was opening up with more of those power shots, landing the right uppercut. He even finished right at the bell with a right hand, left hook. So I expect to see a little bit more action in this round. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Start a little slow, they pick it up. And if I was a betting man here in Vegas, I'd say Vito's going to dig a little bit more this round.
That makes sense. I think
starting to look comfortable.
Yeah, the feeling out process is already taking place.
And we begin round number 3, scheduled for 10. melnecki's only been the 10-round distance on one occasion. That was against Lindbergh Ponce in October of 2022. For Cruz, he's gone the 10-round distance twice. He's 1-1. And he turned pro when melnecki was 14, and actually 14, Cruz's 23 opponents, though, had non-winning records. So again, Ronald Cruz, a tough veteran. I know you say he's very much a man when it comes to sparring in the Los Angeles area. Vito melnecki, when he worked at Joe Goosen's gym, he had his eye on Cruz, and but they never did spar, did they?
No, they never did. Because, you know, I was careful about who I put Vito in with. I selected his sparring very carefully.
High guard by Cruz, but not firing off any punches. A very muted start to their respective offenses.
A question I have for Keith. Keith, when was the turning point when they fed you your first tough opponent? Do you remember who it was?
It had to be here. It actually had to be in California.
melnecki goes around the guard.
and he was an undefeated Cuban, and it was the test. It was the fight that really got me on De La Hoya's radar when he started to say, this kid is something special, you know. And then the real most impressive performance that was early on in my career happened to be against Diego Chavez, once again an undefeated fighter. That was testing me at that time in my career. But there's stages to this, and you need to climb the ladder properly.
Both known for their high output when it comes to body shots, but more headhunting in this fight between Cruz and melnecki. Melnecki starting to utilize the jab more, trying to curl that right hand behind the high guard of Cruz. Cruz goes back to the body, follows up with the right. Nice counter left up to the body by melnecki.
But you see, melnecki's starting to put pressure on now. And Keith was right, the fight's starting to heat up. You know, sometimes you feel the power or the lack of power from your opponent. You go, you know, I'm going to start walking them down. And that's what's going on right now in the neck.
Devin throwing more right hooks, more right hands. Nice body shot there by melnecki.
There's that right hand, but Cruz avoided it, and he was a sniper shot that dropped and stopped melnecki's last opponent, Larby, and he was down for a few minutes. Nice, he did leave. The red goes in right in the middle of the top. Cruz, but I think it came. Oh,
They're counting it right at the bell, like you said.
It was a right uppercut left hook, which melnecki's been landing for the last couple rounds, that same combo. Off the right hand of Cruz as he gets under, throws the right uppercut left hook, and they finally caught him.
Slightly after the bell.
But he was already in motion.
He was in motion. He wasn't going to pull it back.
No.
Right after the bell, protect yourself at all times, and that's why we say that in boxing.
Absolutely.
The judges, you know, they might have to reverse that call, but we'll see how this plays out.
That stands.
This is round number 4, scheduled for 10 in the 154-pound weight class. Cruz going down for the second time. Was knocked down most recently 2 fights ago in round 1 by the undefeated blue chip prospect Xander Zayas. In June of last year, Cruz ended up going the distance, losing an 8-round unanimous decision, and now has to get back into this fight after referee Robert Hoyle scored it a knockdown for Vito melnecki, who again, as we mentioned, riding a 9-fight winning streak, but he's won his last 4 fights via stoppage.
I think Vito's showing a lot of good patience here. Even though he had Cruz down at the end of the round, he's not trying to go after it too hard. He's still got plenty of rounds left in this fight. And he's going to look to counter and hit him again.
Button up that left foot right there, chasing.
Yet Cruz remains committed to the jab to the body, trying to slow melnecki down, trying to decrease his mobility. Melnecki on his back foot right now, trying to set a potential trap. Nice jab, splitting the guard of Cruz, but no follow-up with the right hand, and now it's Cruz trying to irritate melnecki with his jab, trying to make his jab as annoying as autocorrect. As melnecki now continues to try to open up.
And he jumped in with a nice little right uppercut short hook there. The hook landed off of Cruz. But melnecki's being very selective and very accurate.
Right hand off the shoulder by Cruz. There's a stab jab to the body by melnecki, and Cruz just missed with that counter right hand, Keith.
Yeah, I'm sorry, grazed off the side of the head of melnecki. Go ahead, Keith, sorry.
Yeah, he touched him a little bit on the inside. You know, right before that knockdown, I noticed the cut. You see that cut?
Yeah, he just checked his glove for blood.
Nevada State Athletic Commission has confirmed that it was a knockdown, so melnecki with the first knockdown of the fight now, using his mobility to avoid the offensive cruz, but single shot.
Melnecki knows he's cut right now, and he's a little concerned with getting the corners getting prepared with the medicine. We're going to try to stop that.
Right hand by melnecki. Now melnecki looks to open up.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't want this fight stopped on a cut, so he's going to open up right now.
You see the urgency.
Now, was that cut by that little grazing right hand?
I believe it was, Joe.
When Cruz made that little turn.
Yeah, the little turn.
So if it was, of course, here we are in round 4. That's becoming a beautiful jab by Cruz, and that forces melnecki to double up. Drops Cruz for the second time in the fight. Chopping left hook by melnecki.
And that was after Cruz landed a right hand. It was a counter hook off a right hand by Cruz, which landed. That's a shame he's cut like that.
Two knockdowns, courtesy of left hooks. The story of the fight for Vito Melnecki Jr., the 21-year-old from New Jersey, the son of promoter Vito Melnecki Sr., as we revisit the offensive attack of Vito Melnecki Jr.
There's the right hand, counter hook, right on top of the head. And there's that same look, but from a different angle.
So you said it was unfortunate that he got cut, but I see that Vito. Obviously, going right there on the exit.
He did hit him with the little uppercut.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly which one, because that landed clean as well, and bridged across,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But what I noticed in that round, when Vito felt the blood dripping, you know, sure went harder,
Yeah,
you know.
of course.
And I've seen already a little bit that Vito's a little bit of an emotional fighter. Even before that first knockdown, Cruz stepped in with a powerful right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, Vito was talking out his mouth for a second, you know. He liked it. He was, you know, I don't feel your power, but all of a sudden you want to show me yours, I'm going to show you mine.
Right. Well, he's got an attitude. He's got a lot of confidence. That was even at a young age. And he's really showing that he's got a lot of power. He's growing into his man strength. And he hurts you when he hits you, especially with that hook. And quite frankly, the right hand is the hand he always depended on before. So the hook, that's a new addition. I like it.
Another left hook landed for Melnecki, who started his career at the age of 7 as an amateur, entered pro at 17. For Cruz, he had no amateur experience, was involved in other forms of combat sports, learning on the job, and he says every chance he gets, he's going to take full advantage of it. And love him or hate him, he wants you to enjoy the show. Well, you have to ask him if he's enjoying himself thus far after being dropped twice with a left hook from Vito Melnecki, as we are a minute and 45 seconds away from completing the first half of this scheduled 10-round affair, kicking off the PBC prelims on Prime. Our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, has Melnecki pitching the shutout. And of course, the last 2 rounds, 10-8, thanks to those left hooks from Melnecki, going to the body now, doing a good job of shoe-shining downstairs.
Yeah, Melnecki's showing a good variety of punches. He before that shoe shine, he went to a little slip and a left uppercut. That was nice. Then went to the right hand, left hook to the body, and there you go, left hook, right hand.
Yes, nice mix-up.
Yeah, he's got a good variety going for himself.
Final 60 seconds of the 5th round. Melnecki using the jab and then follows up with the right hand. Cruz avoiding it, but then eats the left uppercut. Cruz has actually sparred with Jaime Munguia a number of times, and of course Munguia in the fight of his life coming up tonight in the main event against Canelo Alvarez, as the undefeated youngster from Tijuana challenges Canelo for the undisputed super middleweight championship. And even Cruz says, yeah, we know Canelo is a tough order, but Munguia is a tough guy, takes punches like a brick wall, and Cruz saying what we all expect, an exciting fight in tonight's main event, and this fight now starting to cook a little bit.
Yeah, Cruz landed a nice about 10 seconds ago, right hand, left hook, and he's been peppering Melnecki with short right hands, looking to open that cup again. So,
oh, nice counter right hand. That was a right hand that dropped a lot
bring pressure that falls out of the ring.
Anthony, get the water.
You find that shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on.
You gotta look. Set him up for that overhand right of yours.
Yeah.
He's gotta throw it.
Yeah.
He's gotta throw it. He's not even looking for it now.
Yeah.
All right, and
Okay.
come right back with your uppercut.
Okay, yes, sir.
And right back to the middle.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Step off, step around.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Do all the shit that we did in the ring. All that fucking blood is his blood. Let's go.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You good?
Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah, all right.
Yeah. What do you want to do? What are you gonna do?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna step over. Step over. Step over. Step over. Right foot. Yes, sir.
Vito just getting so comfortable, opening up. Beautiful right hand right there. Taking the punching power, I think he's losing respect for Cruz, and that's why we just see him walking him down and dishing out more and more damage. What I do like from Cruz is after those knockdowns, and you can see it right now, that he's opening up with that high guard. He's really trying to protect himself from the left hook. Like so originally, Vito's damaging punch is the right hand. So, you know, he's got to protect himself from both sides.
And you gotta blame Cruz a little bit for getting hit with those right hands, because the jab, you know, he kept down low, and melnecki came over the top. So it's kind of his owner's enemy right there for the right hand.
Yeah, a little lingering jab. Joe, how do you feel about the patience that you're seeing from Vito tonight?
That's what a pro should look like, what he's doing right now. And he's really, you know, working his way you know, the point where you are very comfortable. I think he looks very comfortable right now, and he's very capable. I like the strides he's made right now. He looks really good, and I think he's going to be a very hard guy to deal with once he figures this game out completely.
Yeah, I like the maturity, you know, because we're here in Vegas. This is such a big night. You know, he could just be trying to rush it and make a big name, make a big statement. He's already got 2 knockdowns. But that patience that I'm seeing, and you just knowing him from when he was 17 years old, you know, I'm pretty sure that his team is very satisfied with his performance.
I agree. Mauro, what do you think? Do you like melnecki as a up-and-comer?
I'll leave that to the analyst. I'm here to tell the story and call the play-by-play.
Oh, okay. Don't dare answer one of my questions ever again. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, the bottom line is that I'll go up to...
Nice left uppercuts there. Let's focus on this fight. Lots of punches being thrown here. Just over a minute left in the 6th round. And melnecki, thanks to the 2 knockdowns, beginning to find his rhythm, building the momentum, beginning to open up a little more. Cruz now against the ropes. But you know with Cruz, you're going to get a gritty customer. You're going to get a guy who never say die and always against it. And throughout his career, comes in again. This is his 24th professional fight. He's got 12 knockouts. Not known for his power, but he's always been known as a guy who's going to give you tough rounds. And melnecki, so far, is passing the test.
I mean, halfway through the fight, so there's a long way to go still for Cruz, right?
Cruz just snuck in a nice overhand right. You know, the last bell, that's exactly what his team was asking him for.
Couple of nice lead right hands by melnecki.
Like you said, Cruz has no quick. He is not going to lie down. Doesn't matter if he's been dropped twice this fight. He's looking for the openings. He's still looking to challenge Vito.
And of course, the kind of experience that Vito melnecki will need as he continues his rise in the 154-pound weight class. Again, just 21 years of age.
I need to bring the water, bro. All right, thanks. Where the bucket at? In between his legs. Yeah, look, but keep walking down with your hands up. Okay? Walking down with your hands up, not down. Okay? And listen, you can move your head side to side and throw a hook in the right uppercut. Okay? Sometimes just double that hook up. Let him catch it. That's okay. You're trying to get the uppercut in. Double the hook when you're close, and then bring the uppercut. Then back with the. Okay? Move your head though. I want the hands high. Okay? But check that out. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go.
So there is some adversity for Vito melnecki, and it is that cut
and that's in the eyelid, which is the worst spot to have a cut. It's dangerous to have the cut inside there, not just because of the blood, but because it's closer to the eyeball.
Exactly.
I'm wondering if that cut opened up from that one sneaky overhand right that he caught in that last round.
Yeah, the replay seemed to indicate that that was the case, and well, actually was back in round 4, I believe, where he was first bleeding. And it's now round 7. So there's a combination from Cruz, leads with the right, goes downstairs with the left, but then melnecki comes back and goes to the body twice. Melnecki tracking Cruz, who's using lateral movement, trying to buy some time to breathe, because he's feeling the power now of melnecki, Keith Thurman.
Yeah, and melnecki just cutting the corner off, and look at how he's going to the body, just digging more and more to the body. You know, I think he's starting to see a little wear and tear. That high guard, you know, he wants to play a new story. Before I go back up top, let me just hit him low, see if I can break him down, make him forget about those overhand rights, forget about the left hooks, and then sneak in the action.
Yeah, and it looks to me like melnecki's really looking to get a knockout here. He's looking to take Cruz out. I think the less time he spends in the ring with that cut, the better it is for melnecki. I think he wants to get him out as soon as he can.
We told you that melnecki's body work is way above the CompuBox average, and he's really starting to dig to the body now. 1 minute 15 left in the 7th, and long-time official Larry Hazard's unofficial score. He has melnecki well ahead.
Taking some shots on the inside, he has some risk factor there. The referee just warned about their heads coming together, and you know, Joe, you gotta be careful. You're already cut. You're working the inside, you're working the body, but definitely watch out for the headbutts.
Yeah, nice lead left hook by melnecki, follows up with a jab, another jab.
And Cruz had landed a couple short shots on the inside just to, you know, not leave that behind him. You know, he's scoring as well too, and he's looking to open that cut up as much as he can.
melnecki with that knockout streak at stake. Cruz has tasted his power, tries to stay steadfast in his pursuit of the upset win. But melnecki's starting to put that smart pressure on. He's starting to wear Cruz down mentally as well as physically.
Yes, but, you know, this is the exact kind of fight that you want to see for him at this stage of his career. Is he dominating? Yes, he's dominating. But his opponent is still there, still challenging him, still reminding him and hitting him with a few overhand rights, little left uppercuts. And it's just the exact perfect little challenge that melnecki needs here now.
Cinco de Mayo weekend, and that means the Canelo show. Canelo with his 7th headlining fight on Cinco de Mayo weekend as he takes on compatriot Jaime Munguia. Munguia, the youngster who was looking to record a legacy, solidifying upset to become the undisputed super middleweight champion. The first time Alvarez has met a fellow Mexican since the son of the legend, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., where he schooled him back in the day. And of course, coming up, more incredible action. Barrios battles Maidana, Figueroa against Magdaleno, and a fight I'm really looking forward to kick things off. Montes Stanionis and Gabriel Maestre renewed their amateur rivalry. Both are undefeated. Stanionis has been out of action for 2 years, and he is champing at the bit to remind everyone that he is intent on becoming Lithuania's first world champion. In this fight, we have Ronald Cruz from North Hollywood, California, and Vito melnecki from Roseland, New Jersey. And it's round number 8, and adjustments need to be made for Ronald Cruz if he needs to find a way to get back into this fight, because melnecki is starting to run away with it.
Yeah, melnecki's been dominating in this fight. There's no doubt about it. But Cruz, again, and we talked about it earlier, Cruz is the type of guy, he's not easy to get out of there. He's very slick, and he's a veteran, and he knows what he's doing in there, so he's going to at least try to last the 10 rounds at worst. At best, he's going to try to do something to hurt melnecki, if he can.
melnecki along the ropes, doesn't want to stay there too long, comes out, front foot with the jab, and trying to set a trap, Keith, or is it the pressure of Cruz that's putting melnecki on the ropes?
It's definitely the pressure. You know, Cruz knows he's behind right now, and he wants to try to make sure that his presence is felt, and he just like doing the veteran move. Put the pressure on and see if he can break him. I like the conditioning of Vito. I like that he's just still working the body. Throw a punch in different angles, 2 body shots. I don't know if I can put on the inside.
Great uppercut misses, but a compact left hook lands for Cruz and another uppercut hits the guard of melnecki, but melnecki continues to avoid the left hooks to the body. And you wrestle to his game, Mr. Hussein.
Yeah, it's a way to I was teaching, not to take a credit for it, but that was kind of me again, working through left hands, top, bottom, chicken middle, stuff like that. It's stuff that I teach in the gym, and you can see that along
What I can see is that he doesn't feel threatened, right? So this is a perfect opportunity to work on those tactics, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure
It's a different tale of the tape here, guys.
If you're not gonna get hurt,
yes.
if you're not gonna be, if you're not scared, you know, and you feel that comfortable, why not get on the inside? Get that experience today, so that it's familiar to you by tomorrow.
And you feel more comfortable with it as you go along, right?
And as the competition gets different,
That's right.
Nice body shot by melnecki, but then he ate her right up and popped his head back like that. Past dispenser, I talked about last show there, Mr. Hussein. So Cruz now showing his medal.
Look at that breath he got from the tape on. We know to get that extra little breather. You see the combination. Another great overhand right there by Cruz.
Final minute of the 8th, and Cruz with the sign of life here after that. Unofficial timeout.
And Cruz landed a couple of good, solid right hands as we were, just the last 10 seconds. So we were looping right hand, right uppercut. So he's shooting for that cut, too.
Okay, hey, that's a veteran move.
Yeah.
You're behind in the scorecards, you gotta do something.
Another beautiful lead. Left hook, that whipping left hook upstairs by Vito melnecki Jr. 30 seconds left in the 8th. Counter right hand by melnecki lands. Cruz trying to muck it up on the inside. Nice short. Yeah, and a right uppercut on the inside by Cruz. melnecki looking to keep him at range with the stick. Now beating Cruz up to the level. 10 seconds left in the round. melnecki now coming on. Oh, good counter left hook. Partially blocked by melnecki.
Great exchanges right now. That close out the round.
Still to come here on the BBC prelims on Prime, the return of Jesus Ramos Jr. Yes, there's now a one in the loss column, but a highly controversial decision loss to Erickson Lubin in his last fight. Ramos says he's going to be even more aggressive, but still maintain that boxing ability, maintain that jab that you see him using as he's warming up against Johan Gonzalez. Look at his record, 34-2 with 33 knockouts, but the majority of those KOs low-level opposition, and he went the distance in his last fight. A tough affair at the office, and Johan Gonzalez, he's going to be in tough tonight because Jesus Ramos, he's a top 10 ranked 154-pounder, according to Ring Magazine.
Hey, go make it happen. Go make it happen.
T-Mobile Arena, the site of so many memorable fight nights, and it will be the site tonight of the biggest Cinco de Mayo party of the weekend. Can you imagine the convivial atmosphere, the fiesta of fists coming up tonight on pay-per-view, especially when Canelo collides with Munguia in the main event?
I know on the scorecards that this is still a shutout, but I was impressed with Cruz last round, I would almost want to give it to him.
I agree with you 100%.
You know who didn't agree with you? Larry Hatchett, an official scorekeeper. He gave it to melnecki.
That's understandable. I mean, look, melnecki looks good in the ring right now.
You're just happy you don't have to do the unofficial
You're kidding. And listen, Larry Hazard's one of the great, commissioners and fightmen of all time. So if he overrules me, that's just fine.
There's that overhand right by Cruz. Now here a little bit more thud. You can tell that he just wants to dig in his last second. The last few minutes, the final few rounds of this fight.
I said earlier that melnecki only did the 10-round distance once, and that came in 2022, a win over Limber Ponce. Cruz has been there twice. Another nice right uppercut on the inside by Vito. He's starting to give melnecki a taste.
They're pulling heads pretty closely. Taking eyes and eyes.
A little bit of pushing, a little bit of wrestling, roughing him up here at the end of the fight. But they got a lot of tactics by Cruz.
Yeah, the uppercuts on the inside, but melnecki trying to create some space. Oh, nice right uppercut on the inside as melnecki leans in. So good action here in the 9th round. Just over a minute left in the penultimate round to kick off this edition of the PBC Prelims on Prime.
Now, I know being in the corner, and if I had melnecki, I'd be pushing for a knockout. What do you think? Would you be doing the same?
He wants to keep that streak.
To shut out at this point, I would just advise, that you're either with a veteran. Watch out for those tricky tactics. Continue to use those combinations. And, if it comes, see, he's opening up. So if he wants to sit there and trade, that's a risk. He's already winning the fight. So I'm not sure if I would get the same advice.
I get it, but melnecki's not retreating. He's not going to go for the fight.
Depending on the stuff that happens, I don't know melnecki the way that we know melnecki. If he can dig more, then do it. Do it now.
Heading into the 10th and final round, it will be the 88th professional round for melnecki, the 120th round for Cruz. More experience, but hey, this 10th round could be a doozy if they maintain this pace. Coming up later tonight, of course, the return of the undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez, whose stardom has transcended the sport. He is living La Vida Dolce, and he is admired by millions of fans around the world, especially in his native Mexico. He is the king. The boxing ring is his court. And yet, he and his former promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, well, they've got more beef than a butcher shop. It isn't only the rappers who are beefing these days, but it won't be De La Hoya in the ring tonight. It'll be his undefeated charge, Jaime Munguia. Canelo versus Munguia, the main event. Cinco de Mayo weekend. PBC pay-per-view. Here we go. Everything. And final round, and the crowd enjoying the action to kick off this preliminary portion of the pay-per-view. And Cruz is, well, he's no longer in cruise control. He is opening up here to begin the 10th, as a veteran should. He knows there's a sense of urgency here, Keith.
Not only that, he's just giving you what you asked for. You said you want to see the present, you want to see the action. And this just is proof, no matter what is going to happen to Vito, he just needs to know that the fight's not over till it's over. And that's what the veteran is showing him here and now. This is terrific experience for Vito. He's had a tremendous performance. And even though Cruz looks like he's falling short tonight, I still like what he brought to the table.
Absolutely, and he came out looking for the knockout because he's not going to win the fight by decision. So Cruz came out slugging, but here's the thing: melnecki's not sitting on his 9th round lead. He could do that very easily.
Cruz hasn't recorded a knockout past the 7th round. He's got 12 KOs out of his 19 wins. For melnecki, of course, 12 of his 17 wins, including his last 4, have come inside the distance. But again, it's all about learning. 21 years of age here tonight in his 19th professional fight. Just became an adult, looking to, get into that man strength category. But this is what we talked about, guys. This is necessary for a young fighter to go through 10 tough rounds to show that he can answer questions, make adjustments.
And melnecki just landed a sharp left hook that stunned Cruz, and he's still looking for the knockout right there. Right uppercut, left hook. He doesn't want to win by decision. He wants to win by knockout. And Cruz probably won't let him.
A terrific 10th round right here.
Toe-to-toe, Cruz chopping right hands. Under a minute left here in the fight. Another right uppercut on the inside lands for Cruz. melnecki leaning into him, both of them trying to bully each other on the inside. Left hook to the body by melnecki. Now Cruz, the veteran, again. Leaning that shoulder, and there's that lead left hook that rips across the head of Cruz. Now Nice body shot by melnecki. And that right uppercut on the inside lands again for Cruz. He goes back to the well. 1-2 through the guard.
Vito saying, bring it. Vito saying, let's go. Stand here, let's go.
Standing his ground. 15 seconds left. Melnecki's knockout streak may be at stake, but he is looking for his 10th consecutive win as he goes 10 full rounds for just the second time in his career. Cruz goes 10 rounds for the third time, and these are the tests you expect a youngster with so much potential like Vito melnecki to pass. And it, from my somewhat uneducated eye, Mr. Goosen, I think melnecki did enough.
Yes, and don't underestimate it. See,
I'm Canadian. We do it all the time.
We talk a lot about boxing off air, and you're very well versed. But you got this right. melnecki, this was a great fight for him. It was a good test for him. He went 10 rounds. It's always good sometimes to go 10 rounds. Unfortunately, he got cut in this fight, and that's going to set him back a few months in the healing process.
All right, let's go back to the action, and Keith and Joe, you guys take us through. We'll begin with what went down in the third round, including Cruz going down for the second time in his career based on that combination, culminating with a left hook.
We saw that knockout, that right uppercut, but here's the round that he got cut in, and here's that little choppy right hand.
That's the knockout of the fight. That left hook.
Beautiful right hands on that left jab, Cruz. melnecki did a lot of really nice professional stuff tonight. I think he's going to really...
He did. He grew tonight. If you ask me, he literally grew tonight, right before our eyes.
Yep, absolutely. Listen, aside from the cut, this would have been a great fight for him. He never really got hurt. He dominated the fight. He landed power punches. He boxed when he had to. And it was just a great performance by him against a very slick, determined, in-shape Ronald Cruz.
Definitely, like you were saying, we saw inside, outside, we saw patience, uppercuts, combinations. I mean, it's pretty much most likely everything that his trainer's been working on with him, and it's all putting it all together, all the pieces of the puzzle.
All right, let's check the official decision from Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Chris Migliore sees it 99-89. Judge David Sutherland sees it 98-90. And Judge Don Trella sees it 96-92. All three judges in agreement for your winner by unanimous decision. White Magic, Vito melnecki Jr.
The good news, the winning streak is now at 10 for 21-year-old Vito melnecki Jr., who is going to speak to the man who, well, always speaks to goats, Jim Gray.
All right, Mauro, thank you very much. Vito, congratulations. How would you assess your performance?
Great learning experience. I'm coming off 4 straight knockouts, early knockouts too. So a guy like Ronald Cruz is what's going to make me great, what's going to make me better. Gonna obviously heal up this cut, go back to the gym, keep working. I'm still young, I'm still 21. But first and foremost, I want to give praise to God. Without him, none of this is possible. I want to thank Al Heyman and PBC for another great opportunity. My family sacrificing a lot over since I'm 7 years old for to be in arenas like this and opportunities like this. So I'm beyond blessed, beyond grateful, and we're going to keep moving forward, keep growing.
Said it was a learning experience. Yeah. What'd you learn?
Just everything. First time obviously getting cut. This is not my first time going 10 rounds, but just a great experience with a guy who is going to come, he's going to come to fight. And I need those rounds. I need those rounds coming off early knockouts, early victories. This is good for me.
Did the cut bother you?
No, not at all. I said in the corner, I said I used to dream of things like this. You know, things when I'm getting cut, gonna have to fight through adversity. I was actually getting a little hyped up, a little pumped, but I got to stick to my game plan, stick to what we do in the gym. But like I said, I'm still young, still growing. I'm just grateful to be here, grateful for this opportunity.
Vito, congratulations. 21 years old, huge future. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mauro, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, and a big win for Vito melnecki, who dedicated tonight's fight to his paternal grandfather, William, who, right before he went into training camp, passed away. And Vito told us that his grandfather would be the guy to drive him to the gym every day, growing up from when he was 7 until he was 15. He said he would not be here without his grandfather. He talked to him every day throughout training camp. Even when he was playing youth football, his granddad never missed a practice, didn't miss a game. He dedicates this fight tonight to his best friend, his grandfather, William. And William would have been proud of his grandson's performance tonight as Vito melnecki drops the veteran Ronald Cruz twice with the left hook, overcomes the adversity of the cut on the right eyelid, and the 21-year-old White Magic melnecki improves to 18-1. Speaking of numero uno, let's go to my main man, Brian Custer.
All right, Mo, thank you. Yeah, I think Grandpa would certainly been proud of what Vito did here tonight. Hey, Las Vegas, Nevada.